So let me share some stories with you of people who sat on a webinar just like this, just like you are right now, a year ago, 2 years ago, and I want to share with you what they have done since. So Stephen says it's easier to buy a business than start a business, but you don't do it on your own. Don't try and buy a business on your own. A word of warning. If you think that you can watch this webinar and go and do it by yourself, you are going to create a problem for yourself. You don't know what that problem is. I don't know what that problem is, but you're going to do it in a way that is not going to be good. I have never seen anyone be successful all by themselves. So some learning points from Stephen here. He did 4 deals. He went from 0 to 1.5 million of annual revenue. And these were all digital agencies. So quite often people say to me, yeah, how do you buy businesses that don't have assets? Well, we have techniques, we have methods. Stephen used those that he learned in VIP, and he went from 0 to 1.5 million. Now, he lives in France, but he bought in the UK. So often people ask me, can you live in one country and buy in another? Yes, you can. Now, this is Simon, a very popular member of VIP and also our Inner Circle group. Let me just explain what Inner Circle is. So Inner Circle are people who have bought a business in Mastermind and have decided that they want to do bigger deals, more deals, and play at a whole new level. So in our Inner Circle group, it's a very select group of people who are doing deals on a monthly, quarterly basis. And he doubled the size of his business with Mastermind. So he bought PR agencies, no assets whatsoever. So again, we taught him how to do the financing. The why he hadn't done this by himself, because he didn't know how to. He didn't know how to finance this type of deal. He's done 7 deals so far. And here's the thing, there's no stopping him. The only thing that can stop you with this is yourself. You make the decision, take the plunge, take the leap of faith, and then the brakes come off and nothing will stop you. Um, Dean, again, VIP client, tried to buy a business for 2 years, but with Mastermind, he did it in just 90 days. Can I tell you the reason why? 2 years of making it up as he went along, trying to get bits of information off the internet, trying to figure it out by himself. In 90 days, he was able to do the deal because I gave him a system. I gave him a process. I said, Dean, stop doing all these things that waste your time. Do this first, this second, this third. Follow the process, get the result. He followed the process, he got the result. And the first deal price, the price of the business was only £20,000. You might think, well, surely you can't buy much of a business for £20,000. Well, you can if it's making 140,000 a year. I mean, 140,000 a year, the return on investment is huge. And of course, he wished he'd done it years ago. He wished that he'd saved himself all the hassle of trying to figuring it out by himself, which is hard, hard, hard. I'll give you a great analogy for this. Beginning of last year, I decided to get fit. And every morning I was standing in my living room doing these exercises, and it was hard work and nothing was changing. I got myself a personal trainer, and in 1 month with the personal trainer, I achieved more than I had in the previous 3 months trying to figure it out by myself. So this is like joining VIP, joining Mastermind is like getting a personal trainer for your business buying, someone who's dedicated to you being successful rather than just trying to figure it out by yourself in your living room. This is Dan. Now, some of you were saying earlier that you're currently employed, you work for other people. Well, Dan was an employee. He's now a VIP and an Inner Circle member, and he went from employee to a £10 million deal. That's how much he paid for the business, £10 million without a penny of his own money. Now, that's a good deal, isn't it, for the first one? He worked for DHL, the parcel delivery people, and he wanted to replace his income. And this one deal has changed his life because it makes him £3 million profit a year. Wow. None of his own money. I mean, he was an employee. He didn't have hundreds of thousands, millions of pounds in his savings account. He just had his salary. But he took what I told him. He did what I told him to do. He followed the system, followed the process, got the result. This is Cara, one of our platinum level clients. We have a platinum level as well. I'll tell you about that later. And she went from 180,000 to 2 million in 18 months as a self-employed beautician to owning 9 salons in 18 months, doing 2 million of combined annual revenue. And she wanted more out of life. And maybe that's why you're on the webinar right now, because you want more than where you are, and you see this as the route for getting there. And she thought, what do I have to lose? And this is the thing. She joined Mastermind, but she didn't tell her husband. She only told her husband later, once she'd done her first deal. And here's the clever thing here. Here's the funny thing. Her husband now works for her. Okay, he does the refurbs of the premises of the beauty salons that she buys. Now, Adam had tried to start businesses. And I think in the chat earlier, some of you were saying that you tried to start businesses as well. And he says that he had a 100% failure at startups. Whatever the startup was, 100%. No startup worked. But he did 18 months just focusing on the acquisition system that I taught him to get to 16 million of revenue. 18 months to get to 16 million. You're never going to do that with a startup. Don't even try. It's not going to happen. So he tried every way of making money. Yeah, he was on the internet all the time trying to find ways to make money. He found me on YouTube. I think some of you also might have found me on YouTube. And he saw acquisitions as a shortcut. And he built this 16 million pound empire in just 18 months. This is cast. He went into a brand new sector. He didn't know anything about the sector that he went into, which is tree surgery, which is kind of ironic because there are people cutting some trees in my back garden. So if you can hear chainsaws, that's what's happening over there. It's not Carsten, by the way. He's not in my garden. Well, at least I think he's not in my garden. So it did 2 deals to get to £4 million of revenue and 800,000 profit. Now, English is not his first language, but it doesn't hold you back. I mean, we have people from all over the world do this all over the world. It doesn't matter where you're based, doesn't matter where you're from. English doesn't have to be your first language to do this. He had no prior knowledge of the sector, and he did 2 deals in 2 years that got him to £800,000 of profit. Now, how long would it take you to do that with a startup? Like forever, right? This is Danny, again, one of our esteemed VIP clients. And I get to know all of my clients and their stories really, really well. I'm with you on that journey. I know the twists and the turns. I know where you came from. I know where you're heading. I know when you've got there. So 5 businesses without any cash, and he spends 2 hours a week on them and plays golf twice a week. Now he's got that perfect lifestyle, work-life balance. He was looking for a new challenge. He wanted something new to do. He'd been in the family business for years, no longer in that. He joined Mastermind in 2019. He's at 10 million plus of annual revenue. And this is what I think is key with Danny's story. Perfect work-life balance. I love David's story. He just sold his business for 18 million pounds 4 years after joining Mastermind. He used to be a podcast listener, like some of you guys today. He listened to the podcast. He decided to get serious because he knew that if he was going to make serious money, you don't make serious money just listening to a podcast. And he transitioned to Mastermind, and here he is, 4 years after joining Mastermind with a beautiful 18 million pound exit. He was frustrated with organic growth in his business. I think it was Jeff saying earlier on the chat that, yeah, frustrated with the growth pace. Now, if you own a business right now and you're frustrated with the growth, you're not alone. That's the primary reason why business owners join Mastermind. The primary reason why non-business owners, people who are currently working for someone else, join Mastermind is to get out of that rat race and achieve financial freedom. He did 23 acquisitions, decided to de-risk his life and sell the business, and is now looking for the next challenge. You see, once you start, you can't stop. It's addictive. Nick is a platinum member. My first deal transformed my business. So the deal took 3 weeks. So again, some of you thinking, oh, maybe I've got to wait years to get a result. No, he did a deal in 3 weeks. Now, he never met anyone. It was 100% remote. Now, I want you to go to the chat and I want you to tell me why you think he did this 100% remotely. 100% remotely. Why do you think he did this 100% remotely? Yeah, okay. He didn't want to travel. Okay. He was in another country. Actually, he wasn't in this case. COVID. Yeah, hit the nail on the head. It was COVID. He couldn't. It was lockdown. Sean, you got it right. It was lockdown. Um, he couldn't travel. He couldn't meet anyone face to face, so he had to do it remotely. And he added a brand new stream of prospects to his existing business. It was a great pipeline. This new business that he acquired was a great pipeline for his new business, for his existing business, and it lifted that business to the next level completely. It completely transformed the business. This is Jay, best photo I could find of Jay. He always sits at the back of the room. Two acquisitions, but you can tell he's listening, right? That is a listening pose. Two acquisitions and over 50 million of annual revenue. He joined Mastermind in 2018. He lives in Spain, but he bought businesses in the UK. The first deal was 19 million of revenue, and he runs everything remotely. We teach people how to buy businesses so you don't have to be there every single day. As soon as you're there every single day, you've got yourself a job. Now, Rob's based in the Netherlands. He flies into the UK for all of our training, and I gave him confidence. Now, Rob had experience in business. Yeah, Rob had been very successful in business, but I gave him the confidence to do a deal. And I think that that is the missing element for some people, that you know that you can intellectually learn it, but do you believe in yourself enough that you can do it? Well, being here on the webinar today tells me that you want to believe. And if you want to believe, I can give you the skills and the knowledge to build your confidence. And I'll show you what happened with Rob when I got his confidence up. He had a 3 million euro a year business. So he already had a business, okay? But he didn't have the confidence to do the acquisitions. He's now at 30 million euros. Now that is a transformation. And it took just 3 deals to get there. And I helped him with that magic ingredient, the self-belief. I'll give you the self-belief so that you can do exactly the same. Now, every year we have an awards event, a big black tie event. And here are our award winners from 2025 in the black tie, big smart event that we do every Christmas. I want to introduce you to a couple of them. Now, this is Dealmaker of the Year, Peter. He bought the company he worked for. He was an employee and he bought the company that employed him. And he became the boss of the company that he had a job in. And he's bought 2 other businesses so far, and he's grown a £6 million revenue empire as a result. This is Perry. Perry, 3 deals to 12 million of revenue and 1.8 million of profit. And he's been one of our inner circle members now for 3 years. And he put this message in our group chat. I want to show you this message. It's pretty cool. He says, there are many doing what we're doing, but no one is doing it better. I've trained with, and I blurred those out because it's not nice to mention other people's names, and mistake that Jonathan is the best. I have this year signed for the 3rd year with the inner circle. That says something about where I invest my money as a tight Scotsman. Okay, I love that quote from Perry. So this is Cara. You saw Cara earlier, 180K to 2 million in 18 months. She's our new deal maker of the year. 9 months from full-time employee to owning a 2.5 million business with 0 cash and no finance. No finance was taken out to buy this business because, again, he did what I told him to do, and he got to 1.3 million profit with that deal. This is Harry and Tim, 1.4 million profit and a deal fee of 275,000. Now, I'll tell you about this again in a moment, because this is important. If you want to get, if you're taking notes, write down deal fee and underline it. A deal fee is where you get paid the day you buy the business. Now, that almost sounds too good to be true, actually, doesn't it? But you can incorporate a deal fee into your financing. So when you buy the business, you make money the day you buy the business. Now, these guys met on Mastermind. They didn't know each other before. They've teamed up, and now they've got a relationship where Tim goes out and finds the deals, and Harry takes care of what happens after the business has been purchased. And we're seeing more and more of our masterminders team up. If you don't feel that you can do it all yourself, or you want to do it with someone else, we'll find someone that you can work with. This is a message that Tim sent me saying, hey, I just wanted to share a photo with you. This is my good lady picking up a brand new Mercedes. We could only have done this with your help, and it's made her immensely happy, and in turn me happy. So thank you. I picked it up an hour ago, would never have dreamed of this prior to what we did with you. And I say, what an amazing message. You deserve it. It's really so wonderful to hear things like this. Thank you. This could be you. So let me give you a timeline for your acquisition. So again, if you're noting things down, write this down. We're here. Now, right here, those of you joining me on VIP or on Gold or Platinum, we're going to be starting next week. Okay, so next week we're going to get going. This is not put it off, put it off, put it off. One day we get around to it. This is for action takers. This is for doing it now. And I'm going to show you how to put together an acquisition strategy. Do you want to buy one business, two businesses, different sector, new sector? Maybe you don't even know what type of business you want to buy. I'll show you exactly how to do that. In 30 days' time, you'll be speaking to at least 20 owners. Wow. That's how fast we can move on this. In 90 days, you'll be at heads of terms, so preliminary agreement with at least two deals. Why two? Because we want two in the race. We don't want a one horse race. We're going to set up your corporate structure, your holding company, your SPVs in 90 days. 180 days, you'll have completed that first deal, and 270 days' time, the second deal. So that is your timeline for just under 12 months. But we've got to get started now. We're going to get started next week. We're not putting it off any longer. Those of you who've been watching me on YouTube, listening to the podcast, reading the books for months, now is the time to get off the fence, because you haven't done it because you're only reading books and listening to YouTube and watching videos. That's all you're doing. What we need to do is to move you from just thinking about it to actually doing it. But I've said this all along, and I'm going to say it again. Mastermind is expensive. It's expensive, okay? But the price of messing up a deal is way higher. The price of let me give you an example. So I got a message from someone on LinkedIn, and they are not a Mastermind client. And he'd asked about Mastermind a couple of years ago. And I went through what it involves and what you get. And he said, I think I'll try and do this by myself. And I said, but I don't think you can, because I've never seen anyone do this by themselves. This is a legal and financial process. You can't do a legal and financial process making it up as you go along. And he said, oh, I'm going to go. I'm going to try. And he tried, and he signed the wrong contract, and he bought the wrong business, and he paid too much money for it, and he got the wrong financing, and he had the wrong lawyer, he got the wrong broker, all of these things. Everything was wrong. It was like textbook wrong, 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 wrong. He's just lost his family house. He's just lost the family house. The family house had to be sold to clear up the mess of getting the wrong deal. Now, that's what happens when you do it by yourself. No one in Mastermind makes expensive mistakes. No one messes up. No one signs the wrong piece of paper, because we check everything. We make sure that your hand is held through the entire process to make sure you're getting it right. But I said earlier, you make money the day you buy the business. So this is Tim and Harry that you saw winning the prize earlier on. He said, we have 6 months to agree completion accounts, and they have left 500,000 pounds in cash in the bank over net asset position. And if you don't know what that means, don't worry. They didn't know what it meant before they did Mastermind either. As a result, our deal fee yesterday went up from 332,000 to 275,000. That is money they can take out on day one that is theirs, and they've only owned the business for 24 hours. So what I'm going to show you to do is how to do that on your deal, so that your investment in Mastermind can come straight back out again to you. Then you get an instant return on investment. Now, over the next 12 months, you've got the easiest year to buy a business. In the UK, all the tax rates for people selling a business are going up next year. So people who were thinking about selling now want to sell before the tax goes up next year. It's become a buyer's market. It's a buyer's market, and that is the time for you to buy a business. It's going to be the easiest time to negotiate no money down deals. So let me summarize the 10 steps, and then I'll show you how VIP can help you with the 10 steps. We've got 3 slots available for 2025. If you want one of these, you need to let us know. If VIP is slightly out of your reach, then we have gold and platinum. I'll tell you about that later. And we've got something brand new where we can do the deal sourcing for you, just to make it even easier. I'll tell you about that later as well. So the 10 steps to successfully buying a business. The first is you need a clear acquisition strategy. Write these down, by the way. If you're writing things down, write this down. You need a clear acquisition strategy. You need to know exactly where you're going in order to get there. So I encourage you to work out, how much do you need to pay off the mortgage, buy the holiday home, put the children through university, all of these things, and clear your debts, whatever it might be. You work out what that number is. We're then going to work out what you need to do in business acquisition to get that number as quickly as possible. You need to identify the right business to buy. Now, there's lots of businesses. There's no shortage of businesses. In the UK, there's 5.3 million businesses, and there's only one of you. So we need to find the right businesses to buy. You need to decide whether it's a good deal or a bad deal. Let's face it, every seller is going to tell you it's an amazing business, aren't they? Aren't they? They are, aren't they? Every seller is going to say, well, this is an incredible business. Well, you need to decide if it's a good deal or a bad deal. And that's sometimes easier said than done, but I'll tell you later how I can help you with that. Then you're going to have a face-to-face meeting with the seller and their accountant. Now, why does their accountant come to the meeting? Just go to the chat box and just tell me why you think the accountant comes to the meeting. Why do you think the accountant comes to the meeting? Sean says it's about confidence, 100%. Amit says, what if you don't know what sector or type of business to acquire? Do you help get clarity in source businesses? Yes, we do. Yeah, I'll tell you about that in a moment. So why do you think the accountant comes to the meeting? Alex says, because the accountant has to tell the truth. Yeah, maybe they're regulated. Yeah, maybe, yes, possibly. I tell you the reason. There's lots of people guessing different reasons, but no one said the right thing yet. The reason is they're going to check you out to see if you are a credible buyer. Are you a credible buyer? Are you someone who can follow through? Do you know what you're talking about? Are you serious? Are you a time waster or are you serious? Now, you need to know what to say it, how to run the meeting, what to ask, the questions to ask, the way to ask the questions. And I even tell you how to dress for the meeting and where to sit around the table because this psychology is just so important. You need to know all of these things. The next is negotiate price and terms. See, the amateur deal maker who's never done this before, who doesn't know anything about it, trying to make it up as they go along, they always overpay. Now, if you overpay, you're losing money from day one. And the one thing you don't want to do is lose money. So I'm going to teach you how to negotiate price and terms. Then you need to create a 100% finance structure for the deal. You need to structure the deal so it doesn't involve any of your own cash. That's very important. Now, I have clients who are very rich and very wealthy. I also have clients who don't have anything. They've got nothing. Now, my best, but I don't care which you are. It makes no difference to me whatsoever. The best example of this was a client who was so down on their luck, they were living in a caravan, unemployed, on benefits, with like zero to their name. Their first deal was a 7 million revenue transport business making just under £1 million a year profit. Pretty good for a first deal. Now that got him out of his caravan like the next week. Okay. So I don't care what your starting point is. I'm more interested in where it is you want to go. Then you need to build a team of experts to help you navigate the acquisition. You need the right people around you, the right lawyers, the right accountants, the right due diligence, the right tax, the right HR, all of these people. And then you're going to navigate a 12-week acquisition process. Now, this ties in very neatly with number 9, which is that final week. During those 12 weeks, especially that final week, you need lots and lots of help, lots and lots of assistance. In fact, with my VIP clients, you get my WhatsApp number. We're going to be WhatsApping several times a day because you need that guidance to get you through those final hurdles and bumps. And then we're going to complete the takeover. Now, here's the thing. I'm very aware that there are lots of people out there in the world of Instagram. I'm not even on Instagram. Who will tell you they teach you how to buy a business. They're usually standing in front of a Lamborghini. Yeah, it's not my style. Okay. However, what happens is they'll teach you how to buy a business, but the most important thing is what happens afterwards. What do you do afterwards? How do you talk to the staff? How do you negotiate with suppliers? How do you talk to the customers? How do you announce it? How do you integrate two businesses? Do you rebrand it or keep it the same? See, I've done this dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of times. I've created the playbook on how to do it. I've done it really well. I've done it really badly and everything in between. So I can tell you what works and what doesn't work based upon experience. And that's something that I can bring to the table that the others can't. So this is our 1 to 10 step process. And our 1 to 10 step process is our framework. Now, what does Mastermind do? It guides you every step of that framework, especially if you are a beginner. Both my parents were teachers. And I think what I learned from them is how to explain things clearly, not confuse anyone, not overcomplicate it, tell you what's important and what's not important. Because when you're a beginner, everything's important, right? You think everything's important. But I'll show you this is important, but this is not. You can leave that till later. And I will teach you every step of the way how to do this so that you can do it as well. Your success is my success. And if you look at my YouTube channel, listen to my podcast, you'll see hundreds and hundreds of interviews with mastermind clients who started off not knowing anything about anything, and are now hugely successful because they followed a system, they followed the process. And this is the final intake for Mastermind 2025. We've got 12 places remaining, three of them are VIP. And maybe the reason you're watching today is because you're interested in one of those three VIP slots. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to help you create your personal action plan. So someone asked earlier in the chat, do we help you define the sector, know exactly how to do it, just get the whole basics of day one stuff right? Absolutely. We'll help you choose that sector, get your personal action plan. Now, I'm going to personally red light or green light any deal that you look at. So you'll feel totally confident walking into your first meeting. Very, very important, because I'm going to build up that confidence so you know exactly what you're doing. And we're going to prepare you for those actual negotiations by sharing videos, 10 hours. It's like a Netflix series, 10 hours of real life negotiations so you can see how it works. So I'll show you exactly how negotiating works by you watching videos of me in real life negotiation situations. And we'll advise you on the very best possible deal structures, all without cash. My assumption is you will not use any of your own money to buy the business. I will show you exactly how to do this. And then you can tap into our top team of professionals who've successfully completed hundreds of deals for masterminders. Now, if you go on Google and try and find the right accountant or the right lawyer, they'll go, yeah, like, who are you? Give us some money up front. We don't understand what you're talking about. My team, you just call them and say, hi, Jonathan told me to phone. Right, straight into the conversation. They know exactly what they need to do to help you. And we've got an in-house finance broker. Now, he only works with mastermind members. He only works with my guys. He actually was a mastermind client himself a few years ago. And he'll help you structure your deal and raise any finance that you need. So he'll help you package it all, get all the finance sorted, get everything arranged. In fact, he was the one who did that £275,000 deal fee for Tim and Harry. Now, you're going to have preferential rates with three top law firms. We partnered with three top law firms in the UK. You pay their fee after you complete, so there's no money up front, and these guys will all give you the best service at the very best rates. Now, I do have to say that I hate that photograph. I do not do my PowerPoint. And when I see a photograph like that, I have to cringe. It looks like I'm about to jump out of the picture and tell you something very, very important. It's a ridiculous photo. I apologize. You will never see that photo ever, ever again. So we'll coach you through every scenario, ensuring that you're always one step ahead. You will never make expensive mistakes. Remember the guy I told you messaged me on LinkedIn? He didn't join Mastermind. He lost his house. That is the most expensive mistake you make. His next message was, can I now join Mastermind? I said, but you've done it wrong way around. You join Mastermind first. So you don't make the mistakes. Don't go and make the mistakes and then come back 2 years later and say, oh, can I join now? It's too late. You got it around the wrong way. So we'll help you navigate every hurdle and we'll get that deal over the line for you, and we'll help with the takeover process as well. Now, how do we do all this? Well, our core operating system is called the Complete Business Buying System. This is a series of 21 video training programs where you take you through every single step of the business buying process, and everyone follows this. You start at number 1, you end at number 21. You get to the end, you go back to the beginning, you start again, okay? Because this training program gives you everything you need. You can tap into it today. You can start this today. We'll enroll you today. You start today. We'll do a kickoff Zoom next week in order for me to find out a bit more about you and to make sure that our approach is tailor-made to the results that you want. And every 90 days, we meet up in London for a live group mentoring training, and we film them in case you miss it. Not everyone comes to one. We have people. In fact, we had a new client join this morning from Canada, two brothers from Canada, and they, of course, can't fly over for these events. It makes no difference because a few days later they get all the videos. It's like being there. And these are big events where we have about 100 people in the room. Here I'm interviewing John, who was a previous masterminder who's built a home care group by buying 5 separate businesses. And I interview him. You can ask him questions. And part of our day is after the event, where we socialize after the event. No, you don't have to come to this if you don't want to. But typically about 30, 40 people come out for dinner after the event. Here you can see a group here. And in fact, the social part of what we do in Mastermind, I think is really, really important because it means that you build a community of like-minded people. I mean, you try talking to your partner, your husband, your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend about business buying. They probably go a little glazed, right? They're not really, they're kind of their eyes glaze over. They don't really get it. This is your new community. They get it. And our community is so strong. We actually had one couple, they met and they got married. They got married as a result of being in Mastermind. Now, I didn't even charge them extra for that. I mean, I could have done, right? But I'm joking, of course. But but friendships are formed through Mastermind. And what we do on these live workshop days is we break down every deal so you can see how they're sourced, how they're negotiated, how they're funded, all without using your own cash. We make it so straightforward, you get it. The light bulb comes on. I can see the light bulbs all around the room coming on, and people go, I get that now. I understand that now. And you're going to receive direct access to people who've already done masterminds. You can learn from their successes. And you've also got the potential to partner with them. And we encourage partnerships because sometimes you can take your skills, combine it with someone else's, and you're more powerful together. And every month, all of our mastermind clients come together on group mentoring sessions. And we record them. If you miss one, doesn't matter, we record it. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. They look like this. You can see everyone on the screen. People on the top left with the yellow raised hand, they're people asking questions. So this is completely interactive. And this is where we solve your problems. We help you make the right decisions. We avoid expensive mistakes, and we help you do deals faster. Now, throughout the whole mastermind process, you get unlimited support and coaching. So you get it as and when you need it, as much or as little as you want. Everyone's different. This is tailor-made to you. And you also get all of the templates, the checklists, the contracts, everything you need worth thousands of pounds. And these are real documents that I have paid thousands of pounds for over the years. You get all of these given to you. Now, some of you may know that we have quite a unique approach to finding deals that is very, very successful with letters. Yeah, good old-fashioned letters in the post. Now, when I did this myself and I wrote my own letters, I didn't get a very good response. So I went out and paid a copywriter £500 to write me a letter. I got an amazing response. This copywriter ended up writing 13 letters for me that cost me collectively £6,500. I'm going to give those to you as well. I know they work. They work for all of my clients. This is the best approach. Again, this is why doing it by yourself doesn't work. Doing it by yourself is just a waste of time, a waste of money. Invest in a proper system for doing it properly. We also have additional quarterly group Zoom meetings for my platinum and VIP level. So if you're interested in VIP, interested in platinum, then we have these additional meetings to keep you on track. And that's why I work with you to progress you faster. That's why typically people on platinum and VIP move forward faster than anyone else. We also have something called the Inner Circle membership. Now, the Inner Circle membership is a £10,000 program. This is exclusively for VIP, VIP Plus. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. But VIP, Inner Circle is only once you bought your first business. Now, our VIP clients receive 1 year's membership worth £10,000 to the Inner Circle group. Now, you can join it yourself later on. That's absolutely fine. It will cost you £10,000. If you're VIP, you get that included in the program. We'll also celebrate your successes at our Dealmakers retreat. It's a 2.5-day event in Marbella in Spain. This is our new venue here. This is the El Fuerte Hotel, which is a beautiful 5-star hotel between the old town of Marbella and the beach. And we are having our Wednesday night gala dinner up there on the rooftop. That is absolutely spectacular. And then on Thursday night, we have use of a beach bar party, and we have our big party on Thursday night. Plus, we have 9 presenters and speakers over the 2.5 days. Now, here, including a dragon from Dragon's Den. Now, here is the thing. Being at something like that will, first of all, you'll make loads of friends. You'll have a great time. It's a holiday that you can put through as business expenses because it's a business trip. Plus, you will learn so much from the chats in the bar, the cocktails around the pool, the walk along the beach. That is where you will find so much benefit. Now, VIP clients, and I think you're on today because you want to find out about VIP, you will contact me on my personal WhatsApp. So direct to my phone, I'll be able to help you one-to-one. Now, everyone gets my help via the LinkedIn group, via emailing the office, but VIP only have that direct access to my WhatsApp. Now, we've got an amazing online community, and we have a private group. And this is our online hub where everyone communicates online. You can see we've got 1,056 mastermind, current and past mastermind members in there. So you might wonder what goes on in that group. So let me give you a sneak behind the curtain, a sneak preview of what goes on behind that group. So people put messages like this. We blurred out the surnames to just to protect people's identities. I wanted to share some news with you all, calling your help as well. I've just signed heads of terms and started the process for my first acquisition, which I'm very excited about. If successful, it will be the platform for my buy and build. I'm aiming to build the group to up to an EBITDA, that's a pre-tax profit of £2 million, and sell for 5 times multiple or more if possible. This is where I need the help of my fellow deal makers. Then he goes on to say, this is the help that I need. So it's a great place to ask for help. Emma says, I know there were people looking at the care sector who needed help, someone with experience with raising finance. I met a contact last week who's multiple care businesses and is interested in having a conversation. So look, we share our contacts in the group as well. This is David. I'm talking to a dental manufacturing business with a turnover of just over 1 million, but there's a situation I've never come across. So this is where, again, we solve those queries, those issues that you didn't know you were going to have. Pete says, just had a meeting with potential acquisition. When I mentioned the deferred element, they asked, what insurances are in place to make sure I get my money? I said, none, which by the way is the wrong answer. However, I don't have any insurances yet, and it's not insurances, assurances. But this is all part of the learning process. Is this the right response, Jonathan? So that's where I jump in and say, right, this is what you need to do, Pete. This is how you need to do it. Chris says, hi everyone. Was there someone in the group who had a lead for self storage would be interested and obviously would pay a fee? So we share leads. So one way of sourcing deals is to share the leads that you come across with other people in the group. So that's what we do with our online community as well. Now, we've got something called VIP Plus. I'll tell you about this in a moment, where we set up and implement a direct mail campaign to find your first deal. We'll do everything. We'll get the data, we'll do the letter, we'll pay the postage, we'll get that out there. And all you have to do is tell us when to push the button, and then you just pick up the phone and answer the phone to people who want to sell. Now, our kickoff Zoom is next week. And now, I know I haven't told you the prices yet. I'll tell you the prices in a moment. The registration takes place today. So we're going to get you on board today, and we'll give you instant access to all the training materials today. So when we have our kickoff Zoom next week, you probably would have had a chance to look at some of that. And I'll be able to help you with what you do first, what you do second, and how to get the most out of Mastermind. And we've got 4 levels of Mastermind. The first is Gold. Now, Gold is our flagship program. It's a 12-month program, and this is where we give you absolutely everything you need to buy your first business. And this has been the launch pad for hundreds of deal makers all around the world. Now, people who do Gold love it so much, they typically renew at the end of the year, which means they have to pay twice. But with Platinum Mastermind, well, you buy 2 years up front, and the second year is a fraction of the price of the first year. So it's your best deal. If you're thinking of doing Gold, I would nudge you towards Platinum. For the extra little bit of price, you actually get twice the length of time. Our VIP Mastermind is our most popular program. This is a 36-month program. It's designed to help you buy, build, roll up a group, scale, and exit. That is our most popular program. And then VIP Plus Mastermind is where we do those extra bits that we talked about earlier in order to get your deal sourcing off to a very quick start. So VIP Plus, we do that extra deal sourcing. So this is the final intake for Mastermind 2025. We've got 12 places remaining. 3 of those are VIP. So let me tell you what you get and the prices so you understand everything that's involved. Now, the training modules, that core operating system, the complete business buying system, that's the same for everyone. For Gold, Platinum, VIP Plus, everyone gets that. The monthly Mastermind Zooms, everyone gets that as well. How long we work together. So 12 months for Gold. You can double it up for Platinum, 24 months. VIP is 36, and VIP Plus is 36 as well. The live workshops in London are every 90 days. So you get 4 of those in Gold. You get double the amount in Platinum and 12 in VIP Plus. The accountability Zooms, they kick in just for Platinum and above. So if you're going to do Platinum, VIP Plus, we do our additional Zoom calls with the accountability. The inner circle is only included in VIP. Remember, that's a £10,000 value included in VIP. The retreats in the UK and in Marbella, they are included in VIP and VIP Plus. So they are £3,000 per event, and you can access 6 of those across the course of VIP. So again, there's another £18,000 of value embedded in VIP. So with that and the inner circle, that's £28,000 of value embedded inside the VIP program. The hotline to me, VIP only. And if you want us to do the deal sourcing for you, that's VIP plus. Now, we teach you how to do all the deal sourcing you could possibly need. So in many cases, you don't want to do, the reason we added VIP plus is because some people said, well, I just pay you to do it for me. I'd rather you just did it for me. Yeah, you can do it yourself, but I just want you to do it for me. Okay. So how much does it all cost? Well, the gold program is 9,999 plus the VAT if you're in the UK, no VAT if you're outside of the UK. The question you have to ask yourself is this: are you going to buy a business that makes at least £10,000 profit a year? If the answer is yes, then that's a really easy decision to make. I'm also going to show you how to build in that deal fee so you can get your money plus more out on the day that you buy it. Now, if you do platinum, which remember is twice gold, so it's double the duration of gold, it's 2 years. You don't have to get to the end of gold and then pay another 10,000. You might as well just pay 12 and a half up front to get your second year at a lower price. The platinum, the VIP is 14,999. So 14,999. Now, that includes the £10,000 inner circle year. It includes the 6 retreats, Marbella in the UK. That's £18,000 of value. So our VIP is our most popular program at 14,999. And if you'd like us to do the deal sourcing for you, then you've got the VIP Plus, which is 19,999. Now, you don't necessarily need that. We teach you how to do it, and people do it perfectly well by themselves. But if you just want someone to take care of it for you, then I would go for the VIP Plus. Now, if you have a business partner, and I'll tell you in a moment how it works with payments and everything, but if you've got a business partner or a life partner that you think would get value out of this, there's a huge discount for them. So if you're gold, your partner pays only 999, 14.99 for platinum, 19.99 for VIP, VIP plus. Okay. So if you've got a genuine business partner, genuine life partner, then they don't have to pay twice. So that saves you a lot of money there as well. And we have something called our first deal guarantee. And our first deal guarantee is where we work with you to get your first deal done. Now, we know that during the course of your time with us, people have children, people go on a trip around the world. People, unfortunately, aren't well sometimes. We don't close the door on you at the end of your time with us. We will give you the support you need to get your first deal done, however long it takes. So don't worry, you'll never run out of time. We won't just slam the door at the end of the 12 months. The door is open to help you get that first deal done. So there are 2 ways to get started. The first is a single pay, and I've got a couple of amazing bonuses for people who do a single pay. The second is a split pay, where you spread the payments. So if you look at those prices here, I want to do that, but I haven't got all that money to pay in a single payment, then you can split pay. Now, remember, we talk to everyone, so we'll make that personalized to your situation because everyone is different. And this is Jeremy, who is standing by to do a Zoom call with you. Now, I've got no idea what he's looking up there. Yeah, maybe he's just wondering if you're going to have a Zoom with him. I don't know. He's wondering about something. But that's Jeremy looking up into the corner of the screen there. And we talk to everyone. We don't just send you off to a website to sign up. We want to have a conversation with you just to make sure that it's the right level that you're doing and you are going to fit in with the group. And we want people who fit in with the group. We're very protective of our community and we want the right people on board. But we've got 2 fast action bonuses. So all you have to do, and I'll tell you in a moment how to do this, is to book in your call with Jeremy while I'm talking, while the webinar's going on, and you immediately qualify for these 2 fast action bonuses. The first is our M&A MBA. And these are 12 additional courses, all on video, so you can access them anytime you want, that will help you become a more professional business buyer. The first is how to buy a distressed business out of insolvency, how to sell, to private equity, how to negotiate like a professional, the first 100 days of business ownership, structuring a successful exit, winning at business legals, how to develop an overall strategy, how to supercharge the growth of the business that you buy, how to use LinkedIn to transform your deal flow, what acquisition funders are looking for, how to go from a business investor to a commercial property investor, how to develop a 4-year plan of buy, build, sell for an 8-figure exit. By the way, that's trained by one of my clients who did that just recently. The second fast action bonus we're going to give you is a complimentary place on our Marbella retreat, which is coming up soon. Okay. So if you would like to come along, it's worth £3,000 to our Marbella retreat, then all you have to do is book your Zoom call with Jeremy while I'm talking today. And I'll tell you in a moment how to do that. So that's £8,000 of bonuses. Plus, we're going to throw in an additional year of support because people like that ongoing support to know that we're always there for them, worth £5,000. So that's £13,000 of additional value. Now, we've got a special offer for single payments. If you do a single payment, gold, platinum, VIP, VIP plus, we're going to create for you a landing page website to boost your credibility and professionalism. Now, it looks something like this. This is a sample. That's just the top of the page. So if you're worried, will anyone take me seriously? Well, when you've got a website like this, you just send them to your website. And you put your website address in the letters, put them in your emails. And as a result, you will find that people take you far more seriously. They'll treat you like a professional and with respect. And they won't be asking you lots of questions about who are you? Why are you contacting me? Because they see that you are a professional business buyer. Now, I just want to emphasize just something about booking a call with Jeremy. We've got over 75 people on the webinar, and we've only got one Jeremy. So please only have a conversation with Jeremy if you're ready to get started now and it's affordable. There's no point chatting to him. He's a nice guy, but there's no point chatting to him if you can't afford it. And there's no point chatting to him if it's something that you might do one day. Because between you and me, we know the people who are going to do it next year, year after, they never do it. They never do it. They've got the best intentions, but they're fooling themselves. So we only speak to people who are ready to get started now, and it is completely affordable to you. And I'm going to give you something a little extra. This is an extra fast action bonus. This is for people who book their call with Jeremy. And subsequently become part of Mastermind and book their call with Jeremy during the webinar today. I am going to be sending you this box. Now, what is in the box? What is in the box? Well, in the box, there is this, a gold bar. And you might be saying, Jonathan, why are you sending me a gold bar? Well, the gold bar is actually a USB. And on this USB, there are all the letters, the checklist, the templates, the contracts that you could ever need for you to keep in your pocket. And this is very, very special. This is brand new. We've only just released this. No one else in Mastermind has this. This is brand new, and you're going to get this as a result of joining Mastermind after a call with Jeremy today. So this is what you need to do. You go to dealmakers.co.uk/APP. But please only do that if you're ready to go now and it's affordable to you as well. If you need to do a split pay, that's absolutely fine. Jeremy will work out what a split pay looks like. Now, what I would ask you is if you book a call with Jeremy, please do not ghost him. In fact, that is the look that Jeremy's got on his face right now, is the don't ghost me look. Don't book a call and then don't show up or be late for it. Don't do that because you've just taken a slot from someone else. There's only 4 or 5 slots available today. We've over 75 people on the webinar today. So only book a slot if you're serious about this. And this is not going to be right for everyone. Some people, you think you want to buy a business, but you're not that serious. This is only for the people who are serious, okay? This is the people who want to stop watching YouTube videos and listening to podcasts and actually do it rather than just watch everyone else do it. So just go to dealmakers.co.uk/app. You will see there a very, very simple form. Today's date, choose the time, click on the time, fill in your details, and Jeremy will be speaking to you today. Now, we're going to allocate those VIP places on a first come, first served. So if that's something that you're serious about doing, don't book a call for like in 6 hours' time, book it for now. And quite frankly, I don't care how busy you are, you can find 10 minutes to speak to Jeremy. 10, 12 minutes. If you can't find 10, 12 minutes to speak to Jeremy, maybe this isn't right for you. This is about prioritizing this. This is for people who consider this to be a priority, people who consider this to be important. Now, I'm going to do some questions now, questions about what I've been talking about, questions about Mastermind, questions about getting on board. While I'm talking, now is the time, right now is the time to book your quick Zoom call with Jeremy. I can see a couple of questions waiting for me already, so I'm going to go straight to those right now. Let me have a little look. All right. Okay. Okay. First question was, did I say these prices were inclusive or exclusive of VAT? Um, if you're outside of the UK, there's no VAT, there's no sales tax. If you're in the UK, unfortunately, you have to pay the sales tax. What typically people do if they have a business, they put it through the business to claim back the VAT. So that's typically what works. Michael says, can we upgrade programs later? No, you can't. We don't do upgrades later. So if you're on gold, at the end of gold, you say, I want to do another year of gold. You have to pay the full price. That's why I encourage people to do platinum, because you might as well. If you're doing platinum on a split pay, it's really the difference of just one extra payment. So it's a really simple decision to make. You can't upgrade to VIP or VIP plus later. No, you can't. Once we've got it set for the year, we know exactly who we're working with. The sides are not expandable. So if you're on gold, you're on gold. Platinum, you're on platinum. VIP, you're on VIP. Okay, so that is the um, that's the way it works. Sean says, "Hi, Sean. I think you're in Australia. Is that right?" Um, right. Long message. Let me just scan through this. When you are upbeat on partnerships, would you do a mutually beneficial deal based? Yeah, nice. Um, oh, you're asking if you can partner with me. I don't do that as a just as a matter of almost like professional courtesy. You don't need me as your business partner. You are completely self-sufficient. You do this yourself, okay? You do this yourself. You own 100% of the business. It would almost be unethical of me to want a slice of your business. I mean, you invest in the training so you can do this yourself, but you don't need me to be part of your business, okay? And we've got a growing number of masterminders in Australia, Sean. We've got quite a community going on in Australia. All right, so if you haven't done it yet, go to dealmakers.co.uk/app. Yvonne says, what happens on the call with Jeremy? Oh, very simple. He's going to ask you some questions about where you are now, where you want to be, to work out really which program is right for you. Do you want gold, the 12-month program gets you started, makes your first deal, happy days? Do you want platinum, because then you get the second year of gold at a lower cost? Or do you want to go VIP? And VIP is not going to be for everyone. VIP is like flying first class. If you're a first class passenger, you know you're a first class passenger and you'll be going straight for VIP. And at the end of that conversation with Jeremy, he'll be just processing your application, getting you onto the system so Maria in my office can onboard you. Now, Maria's been with me for 8 years. Maria knows everything about everything. She'll be your point of contact going forward, and we'll get you onboarded onto our kickoff Zoom next week, which actually ties in very nicely with Alison's question: is what happens on the kickoff Zoom? Now, the kickoff Zoom, I can see you, so it's one of those Zoom calls where we can see each other, and I'm going to find out who you are, what it is you want to achieve, how I can help you achieve it, and how we can get you there far faster than if you try to do it by yourself. It is a world of pain doing it by yourself. Buying a business by yourself is like walking through a dark forest at night with a blindfold on, and you're tripping it over things, you're bumping into trees, you've got wild animals chasing you. Being on Mastermind is going through the same dark forest. However, I'm holding your hand and I'm helping you avoid the trees and the potholes, and the animals don't touch us because I know their game. and I know how they're going to try and get you, and I will make sure they do not get you. And then you come out of the forest at the other side into a sunny day where you own the business. So that's the difference between doing it by yourself and doing it with my help. Now, I can, I will inspire you, I can motivate you, and I can help you every step of the way. You've got to do the work. You've got to put the work in. The good news is the work is fun. It's not tedious work. Talking to the owners of businesses and negotiating deals is so much fun. At the beginning, you'll feel a bit of anxiety, a bit of trepidation. That's completely normal. You'll overcome that very, very quickly by following the process that I'll give you. The process will guide you through step by step. And then once you've done it once, you go, oh my goodness, I want to do that again because it is fun. Jeff says, I booked my call with Jeremy for this afternoon. I can't wait to meet him. I'm VIP plus. All right. So if you want us to do all the deal sourcing for you to get you started, then absolutely we can do that for you, Jeff. That'd be great. I think you said earlier that you own a business already. That's great. And are you going to do that on a single pay or a split pay, Jeff? Just send me a quick message. You're going to do that on a single pay. Fantastic. That means that you get the website. And I would say, Jeff, if you can do a single pay, looks like you are anyway, do that because the website would give you that extra boost in credibility that you just wouldn't have otherwise. Okay, so I think that's very, very important. Okay, so if you can do it, do it. If you can't, that's fine. So everyone who registers for a call with Jeremy and then becomes part of Mastermind is going to get that MBA program. Do you remember those 12 video training programs plus the Marbella event? Someone was asking me this morning, is it worth coming to the Marbella event as a beginner? It's for beginners. It's designed for beginners. We have 9 speakers. We have a gala dinner on the Wednesday. We have the beach party on the Thursday. We have one of the dragons from Dragon's Den as one of my guest speakers. It is a fabulous event. And we'll give that to you free of charge just by being a fast action taker. The reason why we do that is because we've discovered the fast action takers are always the most successful. The people who take responsibility for the outcome are always the most successful. And that answers your question as well. It's down to you. It's up to you. It's your business. It's your life. You have to take control of this. It's not down to someone else. Now, I will give you everything that you need. I'll hold your hand through the process, but you have to get yourself out of bed in the morning. You have to pick up the phone and talk to people. You have to do that stuff. And I think anyone who owns a business already would know about that personal responsibility. So any other questions I can help anyone else with? Now, I'm going to be closing the webinar in about 3 minutes. So you've got 3 minutes to ask me any other questions. You've got 3 minutes to book your call with Jeremy. Oh, Michelle says, can I just go through the prices again? Yeah, of course I can, Michelle. I've got them on this slide just here. Look, I knew someone would ask me. So I'll just bring this up on the slide here. Let me just do this. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Can you see those? Let me just move that for you here. I'm not sure if you can see the price of the VIP plus. Does that help you? I'm not sure if that helps you or not. It does on my screen, don't know whether it does on yours. Okay, so there you go. So Platinum's just a little bit more than gold, but it's twice the length of time. VIP is our most popular program. That's where you get my WhatsApp, you get the inner circle, you get all the retreats for the next 3 years. And then VIP Plus, where we can do the deal sourcing for you to get you started. Okay, so let me just go back to the call booking with Jeremy. There you go, dealmakers.co.uk/app. So we've got about 2 minutes before we close the webinar today. So 2 minutes to ask any further questions, 2 minutes to book your call with Jeremy. Go to dealmakers.co.uk/app. And when you go there, you'll see what time slots are left. If there's only 1, 2, or 3, that's because everyone else has taken all the other time slots. Grab a time slot, but please show up on time, and be ready to take action. Okay, so have the conversation with Jeremy. If you want one of the VIPs, we're doing those on a first come, first serve basis. So don't leave it to the end of the day to book a time slot, to have a conversation with Jeremy. Do it sooner rather than later, because once they're gone until more become available when other people finish their program. And I don't think that's going to be for a while. Any other questions? Anything else I can help with? Jeff says, I booked my session with Jeremy. I can't wait. Can you guarantee me a VIP plus slot? No, I can't. I can't because I don't know who's coming before you. If we can't offer that to you, Jeff, then we'll offer you the platinum. The platinum is the best option after that. So it is literally first come, first served. So if we can't offer you that, we'll go to the next level. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, Jeff says, but please can you reserve one? No, I can't because if I reserve one for you, I'll have to reserve one for everyone else, and then the whole thing about first come first serves goes straight out the window. It just doesn't work. I can't do it doesn't work. So Jeff, please, if we'll do the best we can to help you, but if we can't, then that has to be that. Amit says, what are the accountability Zooms? The accountability Zooms are Zoom calls where we can see each other. So it's not just you looking at me. So we're all on the screen together. And that is where I'm going to make sure that you don't get in your own way, that you set very clear and precise goals, you achieve those goals, you have a timeline for achieving them, you have all the resources that you need. Basically, what I do is I remove the excuses. I get rid of the excuses that you tell yourself. I get rid of the excuses. Oh, I can't do it because I haven't got this, I haven't got that. No, we're going to get this done. We're getting this done. This is a program for action takers. It's not for academics. It's not for people who sit on the sidelines watching for everyone else. This is a program for people who get things done. That's why we have such amazing results. That's why I've interviewed hundreds of my mastermind clients on my podcast and on my YouTube channel. That's why I've interviewed all these people where they've explained this is how I did it. This is what Jonathan helped me with this. Jonathan helped me with that. And none of them could have done it by themselves. Not these are smart, intelligent people, sometimes experienced business owners. They could not have done it by themselves. They needed my help. That is why they invested in Mastermind with me. Amit says, do you help source deals in platinum? Yep. Well, look, I just bring Amit, I'll just bring you back to the page I was just showing you a moment ago. Let me just do that for you there. Okay, that is what you get in each program. We do the deal sourcing for you in VIP Plus. In Gold, Platinum, and VIP, we show you exactly how to do it. We show you exactly what to do. It's very straightforward. You just got to do it. People will invest in VIP Plus because they're not bothered. They just want something. It's not about the money for them. It's about just someone else doing it for them. Gold, Platinum, and VIP. I show you exactly where to find the deals, how to source them. We teach you 7 ways of doing that. 6 cost 0 money. Way number 7 cost you a few £100. Okay, so that's the difference between that. So Amit, have you booked your session with Jeremy? So it sounds to me like you're serious about doing this. You might have some more questions for Jeremy as well, but if you're serious about doing this, you should book your session with Jeremy. We've got about 60 seconds remaining, so you've got 60 seconds, please, to book the session with Jeremy or ask me any further questions. Anything else I can help you with before we close for today? Any other questions, anything I can help with, just go right ahead and ask me. Simon says, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get started. VIP all the way. I speak to Jeremy in 20 minutes. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Pretty fast. That's good. 20 minutes, I think you're going to be okay with a VIP place. That I like that. I like that. Really good. Was that Simon? Simon, I look forward to seeing you at the kickoff Zoom next week. Maria in the office will get you all onboarded, get you all your passwords to the members area, get you into the LinkedIn group, get you all of your training videos, get you everything to get started, and then I'll find out how I can help you personally, because obviously VIP, you're going to get my WhatsApp and everything on our kickoff Zoom next week. Brilliant. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to leave this up on the screen for the next 30 seconds or so. So I'll stop talking so you can start typing. If you haven't booked your session with Jeremy, please do it right now. Then you qualify for the fast action bonuses as well. I'll see you in Marbella if you're going to do that. It's going to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been a great audience, great questions. Thank you very much indeed. Those of you joining me on Mastermind, I will see you on your kickoff Zoom. Jeremy and Maria will look after you today. We'll get you onboarded, and I will see you at the beginning of next week. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.